Hey everyone, this is Ross. In today's video, I want to talk to you guys about persimmons. We have a persimmon right here that I want to eat for you guys and describe for you guys because I've realized over the last 3 weeks or so, I've really been experimenting with the different ripeness levels and different stages of persimmons. It really is like 4 fruits in one. This right here is a really high quality piece of fruit. It's a Rosianka persimmon. It doesn't look like much. It's almost pretty much like mush. It's really gooey. It's really soft. It's way softer than a tomato. It really, if you looked at it, you wouldn't think it was much, But what I've learned in the last few weeks of getting persimmons, even the last couple months, because we've been getting some American persimmons off my Proc tree since I think September, believe it or not. So this is a fruit that you can pretty much eat from about September all the way throughout the entire duration of the wintertime if you preserve these things right, if you take care of them right. They're a wonderful fruit. We've been talking about things like pruning. We're going to do a video on pruning very soon. We've also been talking about, we did a whole episode on persimmons on Fruit Talk on our podcast. And we also did a video talking about hoshigaki, making hoshigaki. We have not just my own homegrown persimmons here, but we bought some from the store, some haichia that we're making into hoshigaki. It's basically a dried persimmon. You guys can go back and see the process of how we're doing that a few days ago. We're going to update you guys later on. I think the process is already going extremely well. I cannot believe how easy it is to dry these fruits. This particular persimmon has been on my counter for a very long time, at least over a month since I've harvested this persimmon. Like I said, it doesn't look like much. It kind of looks not that great, but this thing is really, really incredible. The flavor off this thing is off the charts. It's kind of like eating a date, a really moist, perfectly dried medjool date. For those of you guys who have had a really high quality medjool date that's not pitted, you know what I'm talking about. If you've had a pitted date, you're not really eating the right dates. These are the really fancy medjool dates that you can get at the store that usually go for about $6 or $7 a pound. This is, in my opinion, the equivalent to that. And I also find that the persimmon's like eating 4 fruits in one. It's very different depending on what stage that you eat it at. So what I like to say is that the fruit in the beginning, if you have a non-astringent persimmon, like a fuyu, that's really crisp, like an apple, and it's crunchy, and it's very mild. It's not very sweet. Sometimes you can get some spice flavors in there. Sometimes, of course, you get that persimmon flavor in there. But overall, it's quite mild. As that persimmon starts to dry and starts to get softer, it starts to turn into a gooey consistency, a lot like this right here. Half of this is about that gooey consistency. It's a lot like a campfire marshmallow that you put over the campfire and it starts to get really gooey. That's really the consistency. The sweetness really intensifies. So does that persimmon flavor. Even some of the spice flavors in these, it really can impress somebody at that point. Eating a gooey persimmon. Once the gooiness starts to go away, it turns into something a bit more jammy. That flavor intensifies. The sweetness, you could even say, maybe increases. As it loses some of that water content, it really turns into a jammier consistency. And that, for me, is my favorite state of a persimmon. I never knew that they could turn into something like that. It really does remind me of some of the most well-ripened figs I've ever eaten. Have that really awesome, dense, jammy consistency. Really like you're eating jam out of a jar. That's really how I describe this. Then once you have it fully dried, and it's completely dried, it kind of turns into like a grainy texture. Almost like a pear, because they are related to pears. So maybe that has something to do with it. But it's kind of like eating maybe like a pancake, grainy fruit. It's kind of strange. But for me, I'm not a big fan at that point. I'm not a big fan of that level of ripeness. I really like them at the jamminess or the gooiness the most. And I highly recommend this fruit because it's such a wonderful experience in that we grow these fruits for an awesome experience, right? We get a bottle of wine, a nice bottle of wine for the experience, right? This fruit has like 4 different experiences in one. It really gives you a whole full picture of what fruits can really do. The fig, I think, has a really wide range of flavors, so you get all these weird and interesting experiences. An apple is an apple. You can get different flavors from that, of course, and different textures, of course, but I wouldn't say to the extent that this fruit is, right? This persimmon, like I said, has 4 different distinct stages, distinct fruits within one. And for me, I think that's it's really worth it. It's worth the experience. You pay $30 for a tree. I think it's totally worth that experience of getting these fruits. Plus, they're so easy to grow. They're very productive. They grow almost everywhere. You don't have to take care of them. It's amazing. So I want to show you guys the different stages right now. We'll show you guys the gooiness. So there's some gooiness in here. And if I take a bite out of this, it's probably going to leak out all over me. Whoa. Oh my god. So you can kind of already see there's a lot less gooiness in here than I thought. And this top part, which is, I press this down with my finger, it's really gooey. And still there's a lot of moisture in there. See that at the top? How like right in here, there's a lot of gooiness. And that's a lot like the persimmons, the soft persimmons. That's the consistency. The astringent persimmons, that's the consistency you normally get them to. But if you let them go even longer, you get something really quite jammy, which is more, instead of up here, on this side of the persimmon where it's very soft and I can really move this part right here is pretty close to being solid. And that's where that jamminess comes in. And maybe I can eat some of the gooiness here to show you some of that jammier consistency. What's really mind-blowing is the flavor. I'm telling you, man, it's really like eating a date. If you guys like figs, you guys like raisins, you like dates, you will like this fruit. What's interesting, down right here at the bottom, it's pretty much black. And how sometimes people, for those of you guys who know about persimmons, there's persimmons out there like the chocolate persimmon, which gets a really dark interior. If I type in, let's see if I can get a chocolate persimmon photo for you guys. So you'll see the inside. This is actually, believe it or not, this is a persimmon that needs pollination. Most persimmons do not. But when it gets that pollination, the inside turns this brownish color, and it gets a really interesting flavor this way. Here you can see it pretty extreme. That's pretty nuts. I wonder if that's photoshopped. But it's a wonderful piece of fruit. I've had some of these in like Israel as an example that were brown on the inside like that weren't of the chocolate persimmon. You can see, like, here's a black sapote, which is what the persimmon's most close related to, I think, in terms of tropical fruits. And you can see how dark that flesh is. That's really what I'm looking at right now with this persimmon, is that it really has that chocolate persimmon color to it. Even though this is not pollinated, this is not a variety that's supposed to be dark on the inside, yet it is. And I think that's just a more natural process of the ripening period. I've just been blown away. And you get down to this bottom portion here that's brown, it's really dried up like that. It's really dry. It's really jammy. It's really, really good. What I would recommend to get your persimmons drier quicker, or to get them to the state quicker, is actually peel off the skin. I had no idea, because if you look at Hoshigaki, that's what you have to do, is you have to peel off the skin off these things. You can see them right here, actually. See how they've been peeled? There's these marks down the top, or going down the persimmon. They peel off the skin, then they start getting dry like this, and then eventually they crystallize. The outside crystallizes with sugar, and you have this really awesome interior to it. So this took me over a month, I think, to get it to this point. And if I would have took off the skin, it would have took me a lot less time, I imagine. But I've just been overly impressed with this particular piece of fruit. It's incredible. This is a lot like, this Rosianka is a lot like an American persimmon, and it's just so damn good. I'm sorry, guys. If you're not growing persimmons after this video, this is like an incredible piece of fruit. It really is. It's a must grow. Everybody needs to have a persimmon tree. I'm sorry. I don't know how anyone could not like this. Maybe you won't like the texture, but the texture changes depending on the consistency of the fruit, depending on what stage, right? So you can have it either crisp like an apple, you can have it gooey like a marshmallow, you can have it jammy like jam, or you can have it kind of like a potato or a pear when it's grainy and dry, right? So I don't know how you couldn't like this. Plus the flavor is incredible. If you like dates, raisins, figs, you will like this. If you like dried fruit in general, you will like this. If you like pears, you'll like this. You know, it's just nuts. I don't really get it. So that's the amazing persimmon for you guys. 4 different fruits in one, and an incredible experience. We'll talk to you guys soon. I'm going to come at you guys with a video talking about where to get these persimmons at, where to buy them, what varieties I recommend, because there's a lot of varieties out there. Depends on where you guys live. And there's a couple nurseries I really recommend. So, all right, everyone. Take care. We'll see you for tomorrow's video.